In front of me, I have the new Milwaukee Packout mounting brackets. These are the original ones for the standard Packout containers. And these are the new ones that they just came out with. And funny enough that these new ones actually, let me see. The old ones don't actually have a stamped load rating in it. But I do believe they are listed with a load rating on the listing and on the sticker that it comes with. These actually have embossed in the plastic 2 different load ratings. A standard wall-mounted load rating, and this is something new, a vehicular load rating. So these are more designed for inside of regular vehicles. Now these do have a standard layout. They are the same as one of these, but as you can see, it's got a smaller footprint. It doesn't have the extra metal rods on the side if you wanted to anchor a strap or something else to one of these to hold everything down. I've personally never used these for anything. I don't know what the intended purposes are, but yeah, to me they just take up a lot of space. I specifically got these to fit onto the back separation wall in my cargo van because those were too wide. And I'll show you right here, I have a link in a video where I actually made a Milwaukee Packout system for my van. Yeah, I don't know why. The one thing I don't know is why they didn't make these lockable with each other. So these standard plates here have little detents on the side so that they can lock together like this. And they can also stack in a staggered formation. So if you had 2 of them locked here, you could put a third one and it would lock in like this, and then you'd have a third one here that would lock in. This system also has detents to lock together, so you can stack them like this, tight to each other, and then they also stack on top of each other just like this. They don't stagger like the old ones do. I'm also looking at these 2 new battery systems because currently in my Packout system, I just have one bin that I just toss all of my batteries into, and they're completely unorganized and they fall all the way to the bottom. I have to pull out tools to find my batteries, and I never know which ones are charged, which ones aren't. So I decided to get these when I saw that they came out with these modular battery systems. But there's one really annoying thing that I don't like about it, and it's not really a big issue, but it's more of a pet peeve. So they work in any system. These all work in any system. They work in the new ones or the old ones. Doesn't matter. The actual locking mechanisms of these plates and these are identical. But this is what bothers me. I got one of each just to keep some M12 and M18 batteries safely secured in my van. But for some reason, Milwaukee designed it, like, I understand why. They have these 2 twist locks so that it can't pull up and come off. But why did they have to put it up here? This is what drives me nuts. It doesn't line up. They easily could have put this twist lock in the middle and it would have lined up perfectly with this one right here, and there would be no issue with this being offset like this. I don't know why it bugs me so much, but this really, really bugs me that this doesn't line up with this one. And I'm sure they could remake it and retool it so that this twist lock actually had the cam lock in the middle, but for whatever reason, they decided to make them all on the top spot. But other than that, they do work fine, and they do lock the batteries into place, and I'll show you. Here's a standard M18 and here's a standard M12 battery. They do actually lock in so they can't fall out. And the same goes for the M18 batteries. They do actually lock in, which I think is a great feature, especially if I'm going to be putting this in my van, which is going to be moving around all the time and shaking and vibrating. This is a huge, huge thing. This does fit. I actually have a bigger battery, I'll show you. It does fit the biggest battery that Milwaukee currently carries. Now, I know Milwaukee does have bigger battery packs than this. This is the M18 XC 8.0 high output battery. They do make bigger ones than this, but I just wanted, for demonstration purposes, show you that even this battery will fit. This is the newer style CP batteries, which are actually a little bit wider than the standard low profile batteries, but they still all perfectly fit into place with room to spare. And these also fit the large high capacity M12 batteries that have the flat bottoms as well, the square bottoms. They also do fit. I don't have any of them on me currently, but I just thought I'd point out a few of the things that they noted. And the weight rating on this one actually has it engraved, like I said. It has a 25-pound load rating for vehicle use and a 50-pound load rating for standard wall mount use. And if you are curious, the mounting holes are not spaced on 16s. If you go from center to center, they're actually spaced at 10 inches. So you won't be able to land on a stud if you were mounting these to a standard 16-inch on-center wall. I don't know the layout, because these are off-center by about 3 3/8. It's not anything in particular, 6 3/4 from outside to outside. So if you wanted to mount these to the wall and you planned on attaching a lot of equipment to it, I would either recommend using heavy-duty sheetrock anchors, but more than likely, if I were to put these in my shop, I would pre-install a sheet of maybe 1/2 inch plywood on the wall first into the studs, and then fasten these directly to the plywood for a very secure connection. The other issue that I have with these is that they don't lock in with the existing plates. These don't line up. Like if you wanted to mount these with this, like they don't mesh in at all. They'd have to be kind of just butted together like this. And they wouldn't ever line up the same because the dimensions here are totally different. So if you wanted all these to line up, you would have one here, and then you'd have to have one like over here with like a 3-inch gap for all of your Packout containers to line up perfectly. So those are all the kind of new changes they made. These, like I said, are specifically meant for in vehicles because they take up less space, and they do fit a standard layout. So if you see here, if you put two of these together, these notches here are for the standard little catch locks, spring-loaded locks for your Packout kits. When you combine two of them together, you have the same little lock here in the middle. So if you put two of these together, you can still fit a standard Packout kit onto this, the same that anyone would fit on the standard plate, mounting plate. So for every two of these, you can mount a standard Packout kit. If you're interested in any of these new Milwaukee mounting plates or battery brackets that I'm talking about, I'll link in the description all these new Milwaukee products. Now, not everything is easily accessible right now. These new battery brackets and mounting plates are kind of hard to get at the moment, but I'll list a few locations where you might be able to find them in stock. If you guys enjoyed the video and you liked everything that I was talking about, like and subscribe to my channel, and you can stay tuned for more videos. Thanks. And along with it, I have two, freaking fly, really?